KCHW FM, Northern Lights Public Radio.
KCHW headlines. I'm Chuck Ritchie. As the nation picks a president tomorrow, Washington voters will be choosing a new governor, filling a seat on the state Supreme Court, and deciding the fate of a quartet of ballot measures. There are also contests for Congress, statewide executive posts, roughly 3/4 of the seats in the state legislature, and a myriad of city and county offices and a bunch of local propositions. Governor Inslee has activated the National Guard to be on standby until November 8th to respond to potential civil unrest. He says it's a purely precautionary measure in response to the Homeland Security's nationwide warnings about threats to the election infrastructure and last week's ballot Dropbox fires. And Dropbox makers and election officials in Washington and Oregon are looking into making changes after the fire and 2 others. A Puyallup company that supplies nearly 1,200 ballot boxes across 15 states has been redesigning its models for security and to withstand fire. Our last story, in a weak final jobs report heading into the election, the Labor Department says just 12,000 jobs have been added. But experts say 2 major hurricanes and multiple labor strikes make it hard to see what's going on with the economy. More details on these stories can be found on our KCHW Facebook page. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
I want the people to know that they still have 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad. Wow.
Ain't good, but it ain't bad.
It ain't bad. Good morning, and welcome to KCHW's Morning Show. On a Tuesday, you get my sister Valerie Hunter and myself, Scott Allen.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. So glad you're here. Wow.
I know, I'm still having a little bit of a tweak here and there, I think, with my internet. So hopefully we hold out okay.
All right. You looking good. How's that?
Well, that's all that matters is whether I look good or not.
All right. If you want to watch the video feed this morning, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and, of course, at our website at kchw.org. But we don't have any guests, so you'll just see me and Val. But sometimes those facial expressions, when I say something stupid by Val, are pretty entertaining. So.
They are.
All right. Looking at the camera up at the golf course, looks like we got some hazy skies. All right. Maybe off to the east and some blue skies off to the west. Let's see what will happen today. Looking for a mainly sunny day with a high of 46 in Cheweel. Light winds to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds with a low around 25. Brr. Yeah. Wednesday, 45 and 28 under partly cloudy skies. Here in Maine, 71.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. 45 today, 71 tomorrow. How does that work? I've never seen temperature swings like this. They say sometimes the current in the ocean changes, and it brings water, warm water up from down there in like South Carolina and Florida and all that stuff, and brings it up the coast. And we had the same thing last week. We had 75 on Thursday, 71 on Friday, and then back to the 40s. And we've been in the 40s all week, and we pop up to 71 tomorrow, and then right back to the cool temperatures. Bizarre. All right, let's see. Thursday for you, 49 and 28 sunny skies. Not a bad week, partly cloudy to sunny skies up until Saturday when you will have a high of 47, low of 35 with showers. Rain, snow mix possible for Sunday, but a daytime high of 45, so nothing will be sticking around. Monday right now, rain, showers, and 44. That's a look at your extended forecast. Wow.
Yeah, we have blue sky and sunshine this morning, which is awesome. We haven't seen a lot of that lately. So
nice.
We'll take it.
Nice. All right, kids, wow, this got really small today. Hold on, I'm going to cover up Val for a second so I can read this. Let's see. Tuesday for breakfast. You have, looks like this week will be, I'm guessing option 2, breakfast parfait, granola, or fruit or juice. There you go. That is for, I think I have it wrong. Breakfast on a stick, syrup cup, fruit or juice. There you go. Breakfast on a stick and a syrup cup. That's for dipping.
Wow. Sounds like a little bit of diabetes right there.
All right.
Cup.
For lunch, it's a soft taco, refried beans, fruit, and veggie. There you go. Breakfast stick, soft tacos for lunch. There you go. All right, that was really rough. I'm looking at the community calendar, Val, and there is nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Well, for the weekend, at least. You know, we always have fun stuff going on in Chihuahua. It looks like it's going to be a start to a slow month. Of course, we've got lots of holidays coming up. Chihuahua Library story time today. That happens between 10:30 and 11:30 for the little ones. On Wednesday, adult pickleball. That's taking place, of course, at they've moved it from the golf course now with the cooler temperatures to the old middle school. First Wednesdays with Ted at the Chihuahua Public Library. That's from 3 to 4 if you want business information, how to start a business help, and stuff like that. And then tech help from 3 to 4 at the library. I should say first Wednesdays with Ted happens between 10 and 3. On Thursday, your food bank's open 10 to 2. And then you've got adult pickleball again on Friday. Saturday and Sunday right now, empty. Only thing I see is the Blues Jam at Fired Up on Sunday evening from 4 to 7. And, of course, a couple of our DJs show up for that. Three of them sometimes. All right. Let's shrink that window down and bring Val back. Hi, Val.
Hello. Hello.
All right. And you're streaming good, so that reboot, we were almost ready to go, and then we had to send Val for a reboot.
I wish I could just reboot everything sometimes.
Oh, hopefully we won't have to wish that we reboot tonight. A lot of stress going on with the election. Are you going to be glued to the TV tonight, Val?
You know, I have a meeting from 6 to probably 8:30. We're probably not even make it back to the house till 9 tonight, which in some ways is probably a good thing. So you're not, because things change by the minute as you're watching results come in. But it's one of those things where, where you're so anxious you could almost puke, and that'll be my whole day.
Yeah, because it is highly divisive for the entire country. I mean, it's very divisive. I saw one thing that made me a giggle today. People standing outside a voting area and handing out the buttons that say I voted, but they didn't say I voted. It said I voted for a felon.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody's taking them, wearing them with pride, but wow. All right.
Wow.
All right.
I guess some people don't care.
I guess. All right. Voting frequently asked questions. First thing, double check your polling place and your state to find out if it requires an ID. Read the rules on taking selfies at the polls, whether you're allowed to wear political swag, and if you can bring your kids, because some places say no to those things. All right.
Oh, interesting. Well, I don't think you should be able to wear political swag, but yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Selfies,
at that point,
I guess if you're that proud of voting, I don't know.
At that point, what's political swag mean? I mean, if you're in the room, you've probably already decided who you're going to vote for.
But if you got like a mega hat on or something like that, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. It's probably not going to influence the way I vote, but
well, I guess it maybe could for somebody.
maybe,
All right.
I don't know.
Polls will begin closing at 6 p.m. Eastern through 12 a.m. Eastern. All eyes will be on 7 swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, which are likely the states that will decide the election and probably keep us from knowing tonight. I mean, our past few elections, I remember growing up, we always knew by the end of the night who our next president was. But the past 3, 4, maybe 5 elections, we don't know for a few days. So...
And which to me is really interesting because, I mean, back when, 20 years ago or so, I mean, there wasn't like all these machines that could do all the tabulations and all of that. There was, say 30 years ago, there was probably all hand counting or pretty close, right? So, I mean, you kind of see it should have gotten faster.
Well, I'm guessing that it's because our past several elections have been so close. I mean, they have been so close. Where back when we were growing up, there was usually one good candidate.
I don't know. I feel like
Sorry.
I feel like since I started voting, it's always been the choice between the lesser of two evils.
Oh, yeah. I'd say, the first time, what was it, when Trump and Hillary ran, I would say that was like the worst election for me. I was like, literally, these are our choices. And at that time, now Trump's gotten huge since then, but at that time when he was running, they were as far as statistically, they were the worst they were the most, I should say this, the most unliked candidates in history. Now, that's changed, of course, but when those two ran against each other, it was literally, for America, the lesser of two evils at that time. All right.
Right. And I think you saw a lot of people, I guess I should go back and look at the statistics of how many people voted that election cycle, but I think a lot of people abstained because they just didn't even know who to choose, and so they just chose not to vote at all. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm still having a little trouble with my internet, Scott. So if you could kind of keep an eye on Facebook, I can't get it to load for the live feed. So, yeah, I'm having all sorts of fun stuff going on this morning.
All right, we are up and cruising. We got a couple people watching. No notes from Ken though, your boyfriend. And I won't. I
know. I was kind of looking for that. I'm like, Ken must be sleeping in this morning or something.
He's cooking tonight for watching the show, the big show, the election results.
There you go.
He didn't invite you? Oh.
No. Oh, you were invited and I wasn't?
A big warning today, but I think it's a little too late to watch for Election Day disinformation. It's kind of late now. And then there was some tips on it, but it has happened. A YouTuber came out, or TikToker came out yesterday and said that the Russian government approached him and offered him a large sum of money to upload fake news stories and video of Haitians voting, those Haitians immigrants that they said were eating the dogs and cats, videos of them voting that weren't real.
There's been quite a few that have come out in the last couple days. So it's like, why don't you at least kind of check your skepticism or something, because they've been crazy. But, what's interesting is, there's some of those Haitian immigrants who are now U.S. citizens and have every right to vote. But there is so much craziness,
fake news,
absolute crazy fake news. And I think the worst part is that it's coming out of the mouths of our candidates, which makes it even crazier.
Harder to tell the
and
truth.
I think more believable by their by the people that are following them. So I think that's the worst part. And I know we have an ad that is airing on our local TV station. There's actually a disclaimer before the ad starts that says we are legally required to play any political ads that we receive, but this does not reflect the opinions of this radio station or this TV station. And they play it before and after this ad commercial. And it is so horrendous that it just makes you cringe, the stuff that is said in this ad. And it was like, but they have every right to post and say anything they want in a political ad, and it just makes you, well, they do in person too, but it actually made me ill, this commercial.
Ew. All right. So who was it in support of? Was it a Harris or a Trump or a state level?
It was actually in support of a more local official that I'd never heard of even.
Okay.
But it showed fetuses and talked about how if and it was directed at Catholics and saying that if they voted pro-choice that they were basically killing Jesus.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. And so, but yeah, just basically it shows that they have the right to make any claims they want, say anything they want, and there's not a whole lot that can be done.
So
because
lucky.
It's under the umbrella of political speech.
So lucky that public radio is not allowed to play political commercials. So lucky.
Run those ads, huh?
Oh, so lucky. I don't think I would have made it through the last few election cycles when I was charged of things around there. I wouldn't have been able to handle it or deal with them because politicians in general are just not very fun.
No, not at all. Yeah, so I just, I can't even begin to say how much I want this all to be over.
Look at my face, Val.
You've got ants crawling on you? Is that ants or
this
spiders?
whole election thing is making me itchy. All right, I'll leave those going for a while. It feels kind of good.
I told you, it makes me want to throw up. That's that's how bad this is all bothering me today.
All right, a few other news stories, and we'll probably circle around to this. We'll see what comes up. Tropical storm Rafael formed in the Caribbean, expected to become a hurricane, could produce heavy rains in the southeast later this week. Forecasters saying it's still too early to predict how it's going to impact the Gulf Coast, but it's headed that way again, Florida. If you didn't take your time between hurricanes to vacate Florida, oops.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to Kansas City Chiefs after the Bucs head coach Todd Bowles decided to forego a potentially game-winning two-point conversion in the fourth quarter to force overtime. Chiefs remain undefeated. Musk's $1 million giveaway. Pennsylvania judge ruled that Elon Musk's $1 million a day giveaway in swing states can't continue through the election today. Musk lawyers said the winners were paid spokespeople and not chosen by chance.
Oh.
He's such a little crook.
So that just, at that point, it seems like fraud or something.
I feel sorry for everybody that owns a Tesla car because he came out when he did the robo-taxi, unveiled that at the Tech Expo, and then he came out 2 days later and said, oh, by the way, the hardware on our Tesla cars will never be able to support automated self-driving cars, and we're not going to try.
Wow.
So maybe new editions of Tesla will, but all the people that hoping that their Tesla would someday self-drive, yeah, not going to happen.
Hey! My bad.
Wow. Whoopsie-daisy.
Oops. Silly me.
Hey!
Oops.
Oops! I did it again, baby.
Yeah!
Yeah, he did.
I was trying to remember what we saw yesterday that Musk had done that was so outrageous and so fraudulent, and I can't even remember what it was, but it was like, holy moly, how is this guy continuing to spout the stuff he spouts?
And he has literally, I can't use the word I want to, but he is literally, I don't know, I'm going to say it, screwed over so many employees. It came out the other day, a big story of all the people that have signed lawsuits on him for back pay and stuff. If he doesn't like it, he's kind of goes a Rudy Giuliani on it and just ignores it. Like Giuliani had the big, the big judgment against him. They broke into his apartment yesterday to start collecting his stuff and his valuables and these fancy watches he has. Everything has been taken out of his apartment and hidden.
I saw that.
How do you stop a guy like that?
Right. And now I'm remembering what the story was on Musk. They had paid all these people to canvass
and abandoned them.
Neighborhoods and communities and abandoned them, and then were refusing to pay them, and were sticking them in the back of a U-Haul or something to transport them around. And so it was why are we surprised?
One lady finally got paid the $2,000 she was owed so she could get out of whatever state that they had left him in. And it was followed by a message that says, now would you please contact the BuzzFeed website and let them know you've been paid?
Wow.
I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to do that for
no
you.
way.
You tried to cheat me. And they would have kept cheating those kids if they wouldn't have got press. They would have left and abandoned. But the fact that, they were going to get egg on their face, oh, we better hurry up and pay them now. All right, let's move on. Election updates. You can follow NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, Yahoo News, all sorts of places, all right? In hockey, Canucks take on the Ducks for the first time this season, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Jon Stewart is hosting a live hour-long election night special of The Daily Show at 11. That's going to be awesome. Tune into that on Comedy Central. That's 11 Eastern. So.
And I was just thinking, I know that SNL was supposed to have a big one last night, and I'm like, I hope that my DVR recorded it, because I never checked to see, but it should have picked up anything that said Saturday Night Live. So I'm hoping it got recorded, because that was probably a really funny one.
Oh, yeah.
So, and did you happen to see Harris's surprise appearance on SNL on Saturday?
Crowd went nuts, but that is a very left-leaning show, just to say.
Oh, for sure. But it was pretty funny.
It was, and so Trump's team activated the equal time rule since she was on there. So they figured it out, how much time she was on Saturday Night Live, how much free coverage they've already given to Donald Trump, and they are giving him I think, 60-second commercial at a comparable time with as many viewers.
Oh, interesting.
Which would be a little, because Saturday Night Live's so late, their viewers, it's not like they have 50 million viewers every week. So that will be diminished a little bit, I suppose, because of the time slot that was airing. But he's getting a freebie because of that. So.
Well, and it's interesting because when you watch their opening skit that they always have, they have a blast making fun of Biden, too. So it's not necessarily, only...
I feel bad for Biden every time Dana Carvey, is it Dana Carvey? Yeah, that's impersonating him. I feel bad every time he does it because it's really good. And he's constantly lost. He's got him down, though.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, so it's not like they're only picking on the, Republican side of the aisle. So.
It is a little heavier weighted. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you that. But yeah, but they do a pretty good job of giving Biden a really bad time.
Why are corporations so slimy, Val? I mean, every week it's some corporation making the news that has done something slimy. Today it's Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, fined almost $500,000 by the Environmental Protection Agency. Why do you think they've been fined, Val?
By the is there some sort of oil leak or something? If it's the Environmental Protection Agency,
it's not a leak. They've been purposely dumping solid waste and used oil off of their cruise ships.
Oh my gosh!
Yes,
Do you think you're not going to get caught at some point?
8 ships cited for offloading solid waste and hazardous waste since 2019. One instance in the port of Galveston in Texas. 7 of them exceeded the limit of 1,000 kilograms. I guess they could have a leak, but not that much. They were fined $25,000 for each offense, which doesn't seem enough, but it did total $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to break into our stories a little bit. Ken said, finally you loaded. So it wasn't just me having a hard time getting Facebook to load this morning. So he is with us finally.
Okay.
But yeah, so it wasn't just me.
All right. Facebook having some troubles this morning, obviously. Second news story. This needs more news. But you know that billionaire Warren Buffett and his firm Berkshire Hathaway. For the past 6 months, they have been dumping Apple. Part of the reason they say was to raise their cash on hand, which happens to be $325 billion today. $325 billion. But the question it poses is, what do they know about Apple that they've been dumping tons of Apple stock? Over 100 million shares. So,
wow.
Yeah. $69 billion.
So have they been dumping other stock to that extent, or is it just
it's
Apple is heavily weighted in the stock they're dumping?
Yeah. No, it's Apple. It doesn't say, and that's just 69.9 billion shares of Apple. That's crazy.
Wow,
if
that's
the
got to
story,
be killing Apple too.
Well, other people are probably picking them up. My question is, what do they know that's happening at Apple? Is there going to be a big downturn? That's just, and that's a huge company. Why would you dump so much of that stock? Kind of curious. And since he's dumping it, what's that going to make other people do?
Right.
What? Yeah.
So it's, I mean, they've never competed with the PC market. I mean, just because of their pricing. However, I would guess that your Apple versus Android phones are probably pretty 50-50. I'm not positive, but I think for a lot of people, having an iPhone is a little bit of a,
Status.
Status thing. Yes, thank you. I couldn't come up with a word. I don't know that for sure, but I think it's more of a status thing. As I have an iPhone, not an Android.
They do take better pictures consistently, and video. I will say that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You will say that. And I've never owned one, so because I can't afford one.
Yeah. I used to have a limit. I'd never spend a more than $100 for a phone when one broke. I've had to bump that up to $200, but I still at this point I don't think I've paid more than $200 for a phone. So when
That's
somebody
pretty
says
good.
they got a new one for $1,100 or something, I'm like, wow, really? Okay.
Well, and our thing is we do a prepaid plan because it's a fraction of the cost of a monthly contract, especially when you're older and can get the senior discount. So we have to buy our phones outright, and so I don't, it's always a couple year ago model type of thing. So
Yeah, me too. All right, I think we've covered the news really, really well. And let's see, we'll check in. Ken says that he finally got us loaded, and now he's dumping toilets. Okay. Enjoy your day.
well, he gets what I guess that's what the road was doing there.
All right, moving on this morning, Val, let's head to Bits and Breaks. And I would like to start off by talking about what I thought in the shower today, if that's okay. You're supposed to say
You're
yes.
more than welcome to
You're supposed
do
to give me
that, 'cause
permission.
I've somehow lost my bits and so you go ahead and start while I re-find it.
All right, stand by. Val has lost her bits.
And breaks.
All right, same species who put man on the moon can't put a shopping cart back in a corral. It's true. That bothers a lot of people, not me so
That is-
much.
Yeah.
All right. The handle of an axe is a traitor to its own species.
Oh, that was a good one.
All right. I realize this taking Sammy to the DMV. Police can identify you from a grainy gas station camera, but the DMV can't without 2 bills, a birth certificate, social security card, and your license that's already in their system. It's true.
That's what I've never understood when they want like when we got our passport, we ended up having to give like 5 forms of identification. And I'm like, every single thing that you have, you had to have your birth certificate for. So you would think that at some point, I mean, how many more can you have? Because you had to have your birth certificate for all of them.
Yeah. Huh. Passport things like it seems like it'd be a tough thing to fake too. So.
Yeah. But it's, your driver's license. It's based on your birth certificate. So.
Exactly. All right. Butterflies think that they're just normal flies that put on too much weight. Maybe.
Poor butterflies.
Poor butterflies. All right. Figure this one out. When you blow in a dog's face, he gets mad. But when you take him on a car ride, he sticks his head out the window. Why? Is it your breath?
Because I was going to say, the air smells fresher than your breath.
All right. Last one I thought about in the shower today. People point to the wrist when asking for the time, right?
Right.
Right? But you don't point to your butt when you're asking where the bathroom is. But just so you know.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yes! All right, here comes Val with, let's see, 1, 2, 3 fall jokes, Val. 3 fall jokes. All
three fall jokes.
All 3.
First one. All right. The autumn colors are fading fast, but a little cheer detergent with color guard sprinkled around the trunk should help. Oh, they must all be stupid. That's why you're having me do them all.
Sure.
Hard to believe in just a few weeks, we Americans will be enjoying that time-honored Thanksgiving tradition. Falling asleep on the couch while watching football.
Not Val. She'll be doing dishes.
That's right. I'll be cleaning up the mess, trying to find enough containers for all the leftovers.
All right. Next one.
All right. And finally, you can tell Thanksgiving is only a few weeks because the grocery stores are already stocking up on Valentine's Day candy.
All right. I got an Idaho joke, Val. A guy from Idaho walks into a hardware store and
we call that Ohio.
Ohio. A guy from Idaho walks into a hardware store and asks for a chainsaw that will cut 6 trees in 1 hour. Salesman recommends the top-of-the-line model. Guy's impressed and buys it. Next day, he brings it back and says, "This chainsaw is defective. It would only cut 1 tree, and it took all day." Salesman takes the chainsaw, starts it up to see what's wrong, and the guy from Idaho asks, "What's that noise?"
Oh.
All right. Val's got another joke.
All right. I think we need to clean out some of the food from the old I'm going to try this again. I think we need to clean out some of the old food in my refrigerator. I opened the door and the arm on the box of baking soda gave me the finger.
Stinks in here. All right. Al and Joe were sitting on rockers on the front deck of a retirement home, and Al said to Joe, "Even though I'm old and full of aches and pains, I don't feel too bad. How about you?" Joe says, "Me? I feel like a newborn baby." Al says, "Newborn baby? How's that?" And Joe says, "No hair, no teeth, and I think I just wet myself."
Oh, boy.
All right. 8 things you didn't know yesterday with my sister Val. Good luck with the first one. I picked that out. I picked that out especially for you.
Cenocephobia is the fear of having an empty glass when drinking.
You have that all the time.
I could pronounce it because I feel it. The Statue of Liberty's index finger is 8 feet long.
Wow.
Every year, the dates 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10, and 12, 12, 12 are the same day of the week as the 4th of July.
Wow. You almost blew my mind.
Okay. So April 4th, June 6th, August 8th, October 10th, and December 12th, same day of the week as the 4th of July. Now, the problem is I can't remember what day of the week the 4th of July was, so what good does this do me?
Yes, I don't know. But it's kind of sound like you're having a seizure. You okay?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Another thing you didn't know yesterday, Cher's grandfather invented the TV remote, but never patented it.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. The highest number to be counted to aloud and without pause is 122,312.
Wow.
The highest number ever counted aloud is 1 million, but it took over 89 days.
Okay. I've got the time.
I can't count to 100 without losing my place. So how do you make it all the way to 1 million? Wow. What was the last number I just said?
I'd be the guy in the back if you were doing like the guy that counted to over 100,000. When he got to 89,998, I'd like take it back one and say 5 really loud right at the end.
Right, exactly.
Oops.
Oops. All right, another thing you didn't know yesterday, 99% of ingredients in all hair shampoo sold in the U.S. is the same.
I don't believe that. Why does one make my hair more soft and luxurious?
Well, that's at 1% of the ingredients, evidently.
Wow. All right.
Matthew McConaughey once shared that his Hollywood home had a female ghost named Madame Blue.
I don't know. I think that's a Styx song.
And finally, one thing you didn't know yesterday, your bones are always wet.
Okay. Wow. Let's find out if any of us still do things the old-fashioned way, right? So what's something you do the old-fashioned way, even though there's a modern solution for it? People on the internet said, I use a paper and pencil to write reminders or grocery lists and then bring them with me.
I write them and then forget them on the counter.
I tell Alexa and then open the app and get them off the app, and she always forgets one.
What?
Yes, there's always one missing.
Let's go. You come home from the store and order it on Amazon because you don't want to go back to the store.
Yeah. All right. Somebody else posted, I use recipe books instead of online recipes. That's probably a little easier than trying to scroll your phone while you're cooking. Let's see. Somebody says they actually use their side mirrors to back up. Who does that?
People like us who don't have a backup camera.
Oh. All right. Opening cans. I bought a manual can opener, and I just like it more than the electric one. What?
What?
That's
it's hard when you get old and arthritic in your hands to use one of those.
Oh, yeah. I'm even having problems with the electric one now. Here's one. I have a calendar that hangs on the wall of my kitchen that I write appointments, birthdays, events, etc. on. Most people do it on maybe a calendar on their phone or their mail service.
Brad does that too.
All right.
Brad does that too. He writes stuff on the real calendar.
Here's someone who says, I make real gravy. No instant granules in my house, but gravy made with meat juices from actual meat. Wow. Where does she live?
Can you come make turkey for me on Turkey on Thanksgiving?
All right. Here's somebody who says, I still wash my dishes by hand. Wow. There's just some things you don't need to stay old school with.
Crazy people are, yeah. What kind of crazy person are you?
I shred my cheese by hand. It melts way better than the store-bought stuff. Is that true? Yeah, they probably coat the store-bought stuff with something.
Well, the store-bought stuff, in order... Exactly. They put dextrose on it so it doesn't stick together, and it doesn't melt as well.
Oh, all right.
And the one thing you don't want to get, because we were given some, and now I know why, is the low-fat cheese doesn't melt at all.
It's plastic.
It's disgusting. Why would you get that?
All right. Last one here. I make popcorn in a pot with oil the old-fashioned way. All right.
Oh, that's too much work.
Too much work. Let's see, Val, let's skip that next one and head down to the bad holiday buffet foods. So holiday parties are gearing up. This is from Real Simple Magazine. It's the bad stuff at party buffets that you shouldn't make. And here comes Val to explain them to us, because she actually cooks.
This is interesting. I'd never heard this acronym before. It's UOWB. That's short for Unidentified Object Wrapped in Bacon. It could be anything from a piece of melon to a scallop to shrimp wrapped in a half slice of bacon. Yes, grilled or boiled shrimp is low fat, but when it's wrapped in bacon, the calories can climb to more than 100 per morsel.
Well, that's 100 per morsel. That's fine.
That's fine. That's nothing.
Fine.
I mean, when you have 5 of them, it's fine.
Okay.
The stuffed mushroom. The bad news is they're almost always stuffed with cheese. The savior is the mushroom. Researchers show that compounds in mushrooms increase the body's production of white blood cells, making them more aggressive at fighting off infections.
Oh, really? I didn't think there was any benefits to mushrooms. That's awesome.
Mini tarts or quiches, anything in a pie or pastry shell that can be packed with calories and fat, even if it contains fruits or veggies.
I like to call them quickies, not quiches.
Quickies, yeah. Pigs in a blanket. It's hard to find any merit in a hot dog wrapped in a buttery crust.
Disgusting.
You know, that's not what, as kids, do you remember what pigs in the blanket was for us?
It was some kind of rotten meat with sauerkraut wrapped in dough.
No, it was pigs in a blanket.
Oh, no.
Was meat and rice wrapped in a cabbage leaf.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And no, as kids, it was like, no, please, no pigs in the blanket, because we thought it was disgusting. As an adult, I'd probably be okay with it, but yeah, as kids, like, oh.
I never ate it,
Absolutely
Val.
gross.
I don't know. That's one of the times I think I started crying at the dinner table and demanded potato chips on the couch.
That's when you said this food will give me an asthma attack. I need something else.
Yeah, I'm getting wheezy just looking at it. Val has these stories.
Last one.
Go ahead. I'm going to say Val has these stories of me throwing conniption fits when I was a kid, and like trying to throw myself into an asthma attack so I wouldn't have to do things I didn't want to do.
Or to get us in trouble. Or to get me in trouble.
Oh. Don't believe it.
The last bad food on the buffet line, just because of the calories, spinach artichoke dip. Spinach is in the title, and it's good for you. One popular recipe for homemade is estimated to contain about 235 calories and 221 grams of fat in one. That's about the amount of fat as there is in a small order of fries from McDonald's.
Wow. It's a lot of fat. Like a pecan pie. Its same fat content as 28 hamburgers in a pecan pie.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you think of the homemade dip. I mean, and how often do you just do like one serving of homemade dip? You probably get one serving in one dip. Of that chip or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That was it.
Okay, moving on. What would U.S. states give to people getting off a plan? So some people picked out just a handful of states. People getting off planes in Hawaii immediately get what are they called? A lay?
A lay.
Yeah.
Yep, a lay.
In the same tradition applied to the rest of the U.S., what would each state immediately give to visitors? You're getting cheese curds. Welcome to Wisconsin. In Arizona, you immediately get sunburn or heat stroke when you get off the plane. Instantaneous.
There you go.
In Massachusetts, you'll automatically get an attitude problem.
I've never been to Massachusetts. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. They have a reputation around the New England states here. If you're from Massachusetts, they call you a mass blank.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. Just you practice for a while, you'll figure it out. Even the people from Massachusetts will call themselves that.
Really?
Yeah. All right. What happens when you get off the plane in Washington State? You get a cup of coffee and some smoked salmon.
I figured that was going to end with a...
It would. All right. In Nebraska, you get corn. Many, many ears of corn. And lobster. Oh, excuse me. In Maine, you get lobster. That would make more sense.
Lobster roll when you get off the plane. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. They're kind of lame, though. They really are.
I've got one. What would you get when you get off the plane in Idaho?
A gun. A hard time?
Idaho potato.
Oh, a potato. Potato. Good one. I'm still kind of leaning toward the gun, though.
That's probably more realistic.
All right. I like that. Washington. Coffee and smoked salmon. All right.
I think smoked salmon is disgusting.
Smoked salmon is disgusting? Oh. All right.
Yes.
Justin, we're going to skip the next story, Val, in the interest of time. And we're going to leave you with this one. I think this would be fun for you. The worst smelling candles. Didn't you have one point in time make candles?
Yeah, that's been years and years and years ago. But I like the, I don't know if I can use the brand name, but I like the ones that melt in the little pots now. Just, you don't have a fire, you don't have any risk of your cat singeing their tail, and it still smells yummy.
Okay.
All right. But the worst smelling, I mean, normally we go for like the pumpkin spice vanilla, which is the worst ever. Rose petals, which I would think is the worst ever. Evergreen or newborn baby. It would seem every scent in the world is represented by a candle. This includes scents most of us would find gross. For example, Grandma's fart. The creator of this candle calls it a hilariously funny, useful gag gift.
Wow. I'm not buying that candle.
Oh, this is an actual candle as well, evidently. Zoo. I don't have time to go to the lions and tigers. I'll just pretend they're all in my bedroom.
At least the smells of them. Okay.
Yes. Gasoline. There's something that would stress me out about this candle. How about the Candle Daddy Fart Scented Candle? This candle is advertised as smelling terrible, making it a perfect gay gift. The company emphasizes that it's not a nice smelling candle, but it's great for a laugh. It's hand poured in the U.S. and has a long burn time.
Long burn.
Oh. And finally, the stank prank. This candle starts out smelling like sweet apples, but after a few hours, the scent changes to something less pleasant. It's disguised with the name Orchard Breeze, which could make for a funny surprise.
What's in your orchard? All right, here we go.
Should have been like sea breeze and then smell like seagulls and stuff like that.
Bird poo.
You know, when you go to like Pike's Market, it's not like you're not getting like that yummy sea breeze. You're getting like that smell of yucky stuff. So yeah, I think that would be a good one, the sea breeze.
Like the actual coast of Washington, when you're right on the ocean in the spring and all you smell is like that rotting seaweed smell. Yeah, that'd be a great
Exactly.
candle. Be a great candle. All right. Before we go to break, Val, you do today, I'll do yesterday. It's brother and sister trivia head-to-head.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
That'd be me and Val. Mostly Val.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Your computer's so delayed
Mostly
today.
me.
Yeah, your computer's so delayed today. I can't pick on you.
It is. It's bad.
It is bad. But you know what? Your hiccuping has slowed down a little bit. I'm ready. Would you like to start?
All right. A third of dog owners say having their dog walked by one of these would be okay.
By one of a robot.
Very good.
Is
Give
it a
yourself
robot?
A round of applause. It is a robot.
Oh, I'm so smart. I am SMRT. Yeah. All right, Val. First one of these is about 10 minutes long. The last is about 45. What are they?
First is 10 minutes long. The last is 45 minutes long.
And they happen at night.
Oh. They happen at night. Dreams.
Dreams. There you go. That's a big hint, though.
It was a big hint. Thank you very much. All right. A University of Arizona study concluded that there's virtually no correlation between the cost of this piece of sports equipment and the performance of the user.
The cost of
So no matter how much you spend on this, it's not going to make you any better.
It's something you wear? Is it something you wear?
Nope. It's a piece of it's a piece of sporting equipment.
The football itself?
So something you would buy in order to. Nope.
Golf club.
Let's see what I could. Yes, you got it.
All right. You could use a stick and be just as good.
Exactly. Now convince a golf player of that.
Average person spends 6 minutes a day doing this, Val, and it's something that happens when they're talking.
6 minutes a day doing this, and it happens when you're talking. For me, swearing.
No. You just did it, though.
We just did it. Something you do when you're talking, and we just did it. Laugh.
No. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
DJs do it a lot, and we try to keep from doing it.
Swearing? I thought it. No,
DJs
you
do it
try
a
to keep
lot.
from.
Yeah.
And you do it a lot, but try to keep from doing it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Confused speech. Saying and and having the odd vocal pauses. Yeah, average person spends 6 minutes a day using hesitant speech.
Hesitant speech. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. I was just trying to. We can't really do the one after this. Oh, it's because we'd have to have another player because you're supposed to match what I say. So let me. And that's it that I have. I think.
All right, I got a couple more if you're willing.
Okay.
For fun, spy the lie, Al. On average, a person will take their first flight at the age of 27. Next one, 15% of full-time employees don't take all of their paid time off. And the final one, average American takes down their Christmas tree by January 7th. Which one's the lie?
I think the first one's a lie about having your average airplane ride at 27.
That is a lie. Average age, 14. 14. All right. Solve the mystery. This is tough. A man was found murdered Sunday morning. His wife immediately called the police. The police questioned the wife and staff and got these answers. So a man was found murdered Sunday morning. His wife immediately called the police. Police questioned the wife and staff and got these answers. The wife said she was sleeping. The cook was preparing breakfast. The gardener was gathering vegetables. The maid was getting the mail. The butler was polishing shoes in the pantry. The police instantly arrested the murderer. Who did it and how did they know?
Was it the... Can I have their excuses, their alibis again?
The wife was sleeping. The cook was preparing breakfast. The gardener was gathering vegetables. The maid was getting the mail. The butler was polishing his shoes. The police instantly arrested the murderer. How did they know who it was and how they did it?
Oh, my goodness. I'm sure it's something so obvious.
It is. Super
that I'm
easy.
Missing it.
Let's see if we get any help.
I was just going to say the
no,
maid getting
no
the
help
mail.
for you online. Nope.
Nope, nothing.
All right. Give up?
I said the maid mail, but
that's right. It is the maid. There is no mail on Sunday. She was lying. All right. Your delay almost did you in. All right. Round of applause for Val. All right. We're going to head for break and reset everything when we come back. Of course, we've got today's odd news, a little bit of today in history. We also have some goofy holidays. And in today's odd news, Val, have you been keeping up with the squirrel, the TikTok squirrel that the government euthanized?
I have not heard about that at all.
Well, stay right here and you'll find out more. It's KCHW 102.7. And yes, we have gone to the squirrels. It's okay.
I want the people to know that they still have 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad.
My dear guests, I am Mr. Roth, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Back home, if the kids are good, we let them watch this show. And if they're bad, we make them watch it.
It's 8:17. Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chihuahua, Colville, Kettle Falls.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, Election Day, November the 5th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. First from Reuters, a Pennsylvania state judge Monday allowed Elon Musk's $1 million a day giveaway to swing state voters to proceed, in which the billionaire's aide acknowledged his political group selected the contest winners. Reuters reports that the Musk pro-Trump agenda PAC sought to persuade the judge that the contest was not an illegal lottery, as Philadelphia's top prosecutor alleged. They add that Musk has already given away $16 million to registered swing state voters who qualified for the giveaway by signing his political petition. And Election Day is finally here, and this year more than 17 million Latinos are expected to cast a ballot.
The National Association of Latino Elected and Appointed Officials Educational Fund finds swing states like Arizona, which have a significant Latino population, will be influential and decisive. The group's Juan Rosa says it's important these voters understand the power they hold.
Two messages is one, a message of pride in the growth of the Latino electorate in this country. And second is a message of empowerment, understanding that we as voters have rights in this country and that our listeners have resources.
Nearly 1 of every 4 Arizona voters is expected to be Latino, an almost 20% increase from 2016. Rosa says while tomorrow will be about participating in the democratic process, issues are likely to come up. He says his organization is ready to provide voters with accurate, nonpartisan information about electoral participation. You can reach the toll-free bilingual hotline at 1-888-839-8682 from 4 in the morning until 10 in the evening. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
Meantime, after a long campaign season, voters in New Mexico and around the country are casting their ballots, but in some races, the outcome might not be known for several days.
The first results from the presidential race will filter in just after polls close at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But certain states tally votes more quickly than others. And in western states like New Mexico, where polls close later, some contests may already have been called. Many observers will rely on the Associated Press in close races, which the news organization's David Scott explains is a painstaking process.
So we're looking at those vote totals. We're looking at other data points as well to answer a single question. Can the trailing candidates catch the leader? And when our decision team has determined that that is no longer the case and that the leader is the leader, that's when we declare a winner.
Major television networks also make their own calls. I'm Roz Brown.
The AP expects to make calls in nearly 7,000 states. The Associated Press expects to make calls in nearly 7,000 individual races this year, from the president down to local elections and ballot measures. The nonprofit organization operates 235 news bureaus in 94 countries. This is Public News Service. Election experts are urging calm and patience as Californians and all Americans head to the polls on Election Day.
Rules that forbid the counting of votes until after the polls close in battleground states like Pennsylvania mean that a definitive result could take days or even weeks. Selena Stewart is CEO of the League of Women Voters.
We likely will not know the winner of the election on election night, and we should be skeptical of candidates who claim victory before there's a clear picture.
Voters who face an obstacle to casting a ballot can report the problem to county election officials and to the hotline 1-866-OUR-VOTE. I'm Suzanne Potter.
Congress passed the Electoral Count Reform Act in the wake of the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The attack aimed to halt the certification of the election. The ECRA clarified the vice president cannot set aside the results. And on this election day, reproductive rights and health care access are on voters' minds as advocates warn that the 150-year-old Comstock Act could be revived. It criminalizes distributing contraception, abortion medication, and related information across state lines.
Originally created to limit reproductive access, the act has gone largely unenforced. Sneha S. Nair, partnerships coordinator at the nonprofit Women First Digital, says she's concerned about renewed efforts to bring it back, which could restrict access to critical health information online.
If the Comstock Act were enforced, it would seriously impact the work and the mission of Women First Digital. We rely on digital platforms to share sexual and reproductive health content worldwide. The Comstock Act could lead to significant censorship and suppression of vital health information.
Its potential revival raises significant concerns among advocates about the future of reproductive health access. Opponents of repealing the act highlight concerns for family values and public health. As voters head to the polls today, the implications of this historic law resonate deeply for many, particularly for marginalized communities that already face barriers to health care. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
Finally, Eric Galatis lets us know in this Sentinel Colorado News Connection collaboration, every year in America's largest lamb slaughterhouse, located in Denver's Globeville neighborhood, 500,000 young sheep are carted into the facility and leave as packaged meat.
Aiden Kankyoku with Pro Animal Future is working to pass Initiative 309 on this year's ballot, which would ban slaughterhouses in the city of Denver and prioritize job training programs for workers. Kankyoku says most people he approaches are open to the idea.
And almost everyone we talk to says that they're supportive. It's not like these are all vegetarians and vegans, but they're really on board with protecting animals, and they say that they're going to support the ban.
Please be sure to get out and vote today. This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
From an early age, my parents discouraged loud noises.
Yeah! Welcome back. It's KCHW 102.7. All right, Val, I've got a loud noise. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First election results are in. All right. These are election results from the small New Hampshire town of Dixville Notch. Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. Election results are in. Harris 3, Trump 3. That's how it's going to go all day.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think it's Ken says that he is having serious internet issues in Newport. And I'm thinking maybe we're a little glitchy today because a lot of people are kind of glued to their internet.
It could be, especially people like you that use broadband, maybe. You know, seems to get taxed a little easier. I don't know what Ken has, but all right. Thanks for the.
Ken has, yeah, I'm sure Ken. I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe no. I was gonna lie. I was pretty sure he had fiber,
right.
But which should not be gluten at all. But
all right, we're gonna keep moving this morning along. And Val, would you please unveil for us today's celebrity birthdays?
I would be happy to. I just need to get back up there. Oh, I lost my. Oh, there it is. I'm struggling today.
I'm sorry. All
right, November 5th. Today, November 5th. It is Art Garfunkel is 83 years old today.
Easy for her to say.
TV personality Kris Jenner, 69. Robert Patrick, or 2, Judgment Day, Miles and More is 66. Sir Brian Adams, 65 today. Tilda Swinton from let's see, she was in Snowpiercer, Ancient One in Marvel movies. I don't know if I know who that is.
I do.
64.
Okay.
Oh, dear. Michael Gaston from Unforgettable and the List, 62 today. Tatum O'Neal, 1. Famke Janssen from the X-Men is 60. Sam Rock from Outside of Ebbing is 56. Who is in the
Hey, Val,
Graham
I'm going to
is
go
49.
ahead. Val, I'm going to interrupt you because every other word that you're rolling out is getting cut off. So maybe let's try this and see if it helps with the rest of the show. I know we've done it before. Why don't you kill your video feed? I hate to do that to you, but maybe stop your video feed, and that will help the audio a little bit better. All right, I'm going to move on to the last couple of those were Luke Hemsworth from Westworld 44, Annette Mahendru from The Walking Dead, and Nina Savenga on Krolova on The Americans is 35. Kevin Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, 37, retired NFL star. Jason Kelsey, I guess they say, 37. And it happened today with a little bit of history. George B. Selden granted the first U.S. patent for an automobile. It was 1895. 1993, police arrested a 19-year-old in Brazil for attempted theft at a glue factory. Suspect did not resist. He had knocked over 2 large cans and glued himself to the factory floor.
He couldn't resist.
No. 1994, former President Ronald Reagan disclosed he had Alzheimer's. On to 96, voters returned President Bill Clinton to the White House for a second term. He defeated former Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole. All right. 1998, strong genetic evidence that showed that Thomas Jefferson fathered at least one child by his slave Sally Hemings. 2006, a toilet which flushed to the sound of Italy's national anthem was impounded by police in northern Italy, sparking great patriotic debate. The offending toilet was the creation of 2 local artists and was on display at a museum. Prosecutors said the Italian anthem is a national emblem which should be protected and should never be open to ridicule. It's true. All right.
It's true.
2015, Collins Dictionary named binge watch the word of the year. 2018, Spice Girls announced a new tour without Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham. Oh, it was so horrible. It was a rough day. 2019. Actress Emma Watson, interviewed in Vogue magazine, said she was happy to be single. I call it being self-partnered. I self-partner a lot. Self-partnering most of my life. Sometimes, though, I dream about having another girlfriend.
My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
All right. 2022, singer-turned-rapper, actor Aaron Carter found deceased at his home in Lancaster, California. We move on to special events. There's quite a few of them, and here comes Val. We'll see if her internet is speeded up.
All right, let's give it a try. It is American Football Day today. Bank Transfer Day. How exciting is that? Commercial TV Broadcast Day, which Commercial TV Broadcast Day makes sense because it is also Election Day today, if you didn't know that. It's Chinese Takeout Day, Donut Appreciation Day, which I always appreciate a good donut. It is Gunpowder Day and Love Your Red Hair Day.
Aww, a day specifically made for Brandon Hansen. All right. Number of the day, 68.4 million, and that is the daily users of the video game Roblox. I don't even know what that is. Roblox.
I said I'd never even heard of that.
Yeah. All right. Since we're having some tough technical difficulties today, we are going to wrap up the show, and we always do that with the goofiest people we can find, and we find them inside today's Odd News.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look
mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, here we go. Today's odd news. And Val, I don't know if you noticed, but today's wacky stories are on your prep sheet. And for our news that tax, we're in the regular spot. And the news that tax is the first sentence is real. The second sentence, a bad joke. And Val, if you're ready, kick it off.
It's election day, and Americans are choosing our next president. It's like picking a Netflix movie. You never agree with your friends and end up choosing the least terrible option.
Ooh. Americans are deciding who gets to run the world's most expensive daycare center for the next 4 years. Wow. Okay, Val?
It's the only race where everyone's tired before it even starts.
It's true. All right, voting today so we can finally get rid of those commercials tomorrow.
Oh, yay!
Mm-hmm.
A study found that playing more than one sport helps teenagers avoid injury and homework.
Ooh, good one. Last year, almost 87 million in U.S. lottery winnings went unclaimed. Wow. Well, you intend to pick up that $5 million check, but one thing leads to another, and you just never seem to find the time. Wow.
Oh, as we approach the holidays, a survey found that over half of Americans admit to re-gifting, passing on gifts you received to someone else. That's why I always give ice sculptures.
So there's nothing left? No, Val. In our family, you know what we give during the holidays? Colds.
Montezuma's Revenge that one year.
Oh, man. Yeah, we had family come to North Dakota. Total kids and family, what? We had to be around 20 or so. And out of those 20 people, 19 got the death flu.
And I think I think Matt was like an early teen, maybe in the, 11, 12, just preteen years. So, oh my gosh, that was awful.
It was horrible because 19 sick people, and between the two houses, I think we have 5 bathrooms? Yeah, it was bad. Wasn't enough. No matter if that sounds like a large number of bathrooms, it wasn't enough. All right. Report says distracted driving goes up during the holidays. I mean, of course, you're trying to drive while holding a peppermint latte and wrapping a president. It's dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
All right. On to the world of wacky but true. Don't add anything to these stories but a sound effect from a television or movie, a television show or a movie. And here comes Val again with wacky but true stories.
All right. Police in Poland stopped a guy on suspicion of speeding. The man who appeared drunk was arrested and taken to the police station. When cops printed out the results of his breathalyzer, which showed a blood alcohol level well above the legal limit, he grabbed the paper printout and attempted to eat it.
Let's go live to the scene.
I hope this isn't a clue, because I just swallowed it. Open your mouth. Get in my belly! I'll tell you why. It's because I have a big mouth!
Yeah. That's awesome. Best trick yet. On to Brazil, where a Brazilian man reportedly killed in a car crash shocked his mourning family by turning up live at his funeral. When the man didn't come home from a night of drinking, relatives of the 59-year-old identified him as a victim of a car crash. Turns out he did spend the night drinking and then on the couch at a friend's house. He was totally fine.
I see dead people.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Oh, my. Oh, wait a minute. He's not dead. He's alive. Like that.
He did.
What I found interesting is they had a funeral for him within a day or two.
They were so glad. Let's get this over with. Like the election.
Yes. South Africa now, where a guy there robbed a bank and then asked a teller for directions to another bank. You can probably guess by the time the bank robber arrived at the second bank, police were waiting for him.
You are an idiot! You fat, bloated idiot!
To the Idiot-mobile.
You know what? I'm tired. Could you just call yourself an idiot?
Jeez, I'm an idiot!
I'm an idiot! You're an idiot!
I love it when I yell I'm an idiot, and then it echoes back to me, you are an idiot.
Yeah.
All right. Tesla owner from Nova Scotia found himself in a predicament after a software update left his car stuck in a tight spot. The recent firmware update from Tesla caused his Tesla to malfunction, trapping the vehicle between his house and his neighbors. Mishap follows Tesla's release of an updated Smart Summon feature intended for use in private areas like parking lots. I guess you can summon your car. Okay.
Is there some kind of nerdy supervillain website where you get Tesla coils and blinky dials?
Actually, this isn't some high-tech sports car. Tell you the truth, it doesn't even handle that great.
Time to musk up.
Musk up.
Musk up. I think you musked up when you bought that car.
Yeah. New York Congressman Nick Langworthy is demanding answers from Governor Kathy Hochul about the recent controversial raid that led to the tragic death of Peanut the squirrel. Langworthy and his colleagues plan to address the governor's office and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation next week. The raid, which I can't talk, and it's not even my delay. The raid, which resulted in the confiscation and euthanization of Peanut, has sparked outrage and accusations of government overreach. Langworthy believes that the actions taken were unnecessary and had violated the civil rights of Peanut's owners. Peanut's owners Mark Lango and his wife Daniela are pursuing legal action after their squirrel was seized and euthanized. State agents showed up at the couple's door the week before last with a warrant signed by a judge and 4 government agencies. Officers took and euthanized poor little Peanut and a raccoon to test for rabies.
So this was a TikTok, if you don't know and haven't heard, this was a TikTok squirrel, Peanut. Hugely famous. And they took him and killed him. Murder of a squirrel.
Of a squirrel.
Squirrel.
I propose to you, any disease a rat could spread, a squirrel could equally carry. Would you agree?
Wait.
Yet I assume you don't share the same animosity with squirrels that you do with rats, do you?
What we're going for here is a vicious, man-eating rabid squirrel. Can you handle that?
You'll be very careful out there today. We're at Terror Alert Orange, which means something might go down somewhere in some way at some point in time. So look sharp!
There's squirrels in my pants!
Yes. Wow. And we advise you to check your pants right now for squirrels, because the government could be coming to take them away.
Hey, would this happen to be the squirrel that faked its own death?
Oh.
I wonder if that's the same squirrel, because he was kind of, that TikTok video went that went viral. It shows this squirrel trying to get attention, so he takes this broom and fakes his own death with it. And then he keeps rearranging it to make sure it's like the most lifelike looking thing. I hope it wasn't that little squirrel. He was smart.
I think it was. Poor Peanut. All right. Can you keep going? Because I've got one more story. Poor Peanut.
Okay.
All right. 2 guys in Haiti pleaded guilty to firearms charges after smuggling guns into the country. The men purchased 20 handguns and a number of frozen turkeys. You ever put a gun in a turkey's butt?
No.
Well, they have. They thought the turkeys stuffed them with guns, refroze them, and carried them into the country in their luggage, but they were still caught by security. Happy Thanksgiving.
You'll be very careful out there today. We're at Terror Alert Orange, which means something might go down somewhere in some way at some point in time. So look sharp.
Hey, turkey boy. Want to show me your giblets?
No. No, I don't. I don't want to show you my giblets.
No, I don't.
All right, for the end of the show, Val, will you turn your camera back on so you can at least wave?
I will do that.
Okay. Because 2 of me is too many.
Okay.
There you go. You're so pretty. All right. Special note as we wrap up the show today. We are on, I'm on vacation next week, and Val decided she just can't do the show without her brother. So that's very sweet.
Oh, yes. You said you were on vacation. I'm like, I could take a vacation too. So, yes.
But isn't every day almost a vacation for us?
Well, when you're retired and we only work one day a week.
I work 2. Come on. That's a more than enough.
Sorry. I only work 1.
All right. Somebody that works almost every day, and probably every day, is Chuck Ritchie, our station manager. And he will be on with the KCHW Morning Show tomorrow with his lovely guests Paula and Sharon. And they'll have the lowdown for you on what's coming up before the holidays. I know we got plays and concerts just happening at KCHW. Plus a lot more around town. So find out about everything coming up for the holidays tomorrow, right here on your KCHW Morning Show. Starts about 7:25. It's Tuesday. That means we are all set for a great night of jazz music, I should say. Val, whatever you have, you've given it to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. All right. So a great night of jazz music. That starts at 6 with Dr. Jazz, goes till 9. Then a couple hours of soul music with the Soul Show. All happens right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. Val, we'd at least like you to say goodbye and wave to us. Maybe?
Goodbye. Thank you for letting me say hello today, even though I was a little bit glitchy.
And limping along. All right. Join them tomorrow morning, 7:25. Other than that, you have a great day and keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Me and Val, see you in 2 weeks.
Put that cookie down now!
Don't eat the bananas. I just did and went blind.
Can I do it till I need glasses?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.